we go, the sound declares. Heartbeats pound like a drummer's song, marching forward, fierce and strong. We're the ones who rise in the clash. Numbers running in a white shirt dash. History burns in the roaring crowd. Every game we scream it loud. Tottenham, Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. High through the rain, through the fire. This is my club, my only desire.
Right, should we start this again? Can you all hang on, just let me check because I did a stream before and apparently my mic wasn't great. So I decided to delete it from YouTube and start again. So can you let me know that my mic is clear, is coming through fine, and that it's not dropping in and out? I'd be really pleased if you could let me know. Big up to you, Greg, saying I hope you're doing well. Yeah, can you guys just let me know if this mic is at the new? I've reverted back to my own mic that it's all coming through fine. It would be very, very all right. So it's not dropping in and out or anything. I'd be just want to know because the last stream I did a couple of minutes ago, apparently the mic wasn't great. So I'd be really interested to know if this one is fine. Right, let's go for it as I called it. Welcome to Spurs giving a lifeline, Mark II. Yeah, so let's just see. Right, I did have an intro written out, and I am going to read it now. So I just have to get it. West Ham are going down. Kane Brady gone. Yeah, I saw that plan for jobs as well. That's interesting. I didn't get to talk about that. So, don't tell me this season is over. Don't even start with that because just when you look like it was done and just when Tottenham Hotspur are hanging by a thread, football does this. Out of nowhere, a result goes our way. A lifeline, a second chance. Now the question isn't, are we finished? It's where we're going to do about it. Because let's be real, this squad has let us down. The performances have not been good enough. The mentality, question marks everywhere. And the fans, we had to sit there and take it week after week, every watch along here. Yeah, it's been a hard season, I'll tell you that. But now you've been given a way back. So what's it going to be? Do you fight? Do you show something? Or do you throw it away again? No more excuses, no more hiding. That is it. You have been handed a lifeline. Now prove you deserve it. And come on, you Spurs. And that's it, isn't it? It's about us taking that game on Saturday. I have asked my co-host if he can check just to make sure. Yeah, okay. Let me actually I'm just a little bit thing about the mic now. Just let us know, Rhino, is it coming through fine? Absolutely clear, not dropping out or anything. So if you can let us know. Being deadly honest, I think we can get 7 points out of the remaining fixtures. Got everything crossed. And you know how much I hate West Ham. Let's get them down. Yeah, exactly. I mean, West Ham did not deserve anything last night. It was a game they should have won. Big up to you, Roland. All sounds good. Thank you. It's 100% good. Big up to you, Patriot. Bonjour. Big up to you. Big up to you, Gregor. I hope the people that were in before come back into it again because I do have a cracking show. I did have a cracking show lined up, actually. So let's welcome a few people in the chat and then we'll go from there. Big up Rhino. Big up Dermo. Hope you're well. And how's the weather? Thanks for the laugh. Like that. Yeah, I left the streamer. I did. I stopped it. Rhino, I did. I did the outro. And then I left it because I was due to go on to JYS where I'm going tonight. But it didn't fit. YouTube or StreamYard didn't let it finish properly. So yeah, I had to go back in. I didn't realize it until you WhatsApp me. So thank you very much. You saved me plenty of embarrassment. Big up to Greg Sound there. Evening Dermo. Big up Greg. Boy, how you doing well? Yeah, it's fine. Cheers. Thank you very much. Big up to playing for jobs. He said, West Ham are going down. Karen Brady gone, yeah, with immediate effect. I know. West Ham are 10 times worse than Spurs. I was looking at it thinking, how the hell are we below these two teams? Seriously. They were woeful. It was a boring watch along. Oh, hate along. Being deadly honest, yeah, I agree with you. I'm going to go through the points in a minute. Big up to Roland. Big up to you. It all sounds good. Big up to you, Roland. Hope you're doing well. Big up to Patriot. Bonjour to you, Patriot. With a picture of Captain James Cook, I think, if I'm not mistaken. On there. Big up to you. Yes, 100% good. Cheers, Rhino. West Ham players, yeah, says he's leaving West Ham during. I know some of them are actually a little bit, not thinking of the plan ahead. Big up to Stephen. He says, afternoon, Dermot chat. Do you think Richie will get a start instead of Slanky? I do have a predicted 11 that it's not really a predicted 11 for the game. It's more of how I want De Zerbi to line up on Saturday. So I've got that planned in a minute. West Ham are certainly to relegation. Yeah, well, so are we. The super predict that there was a computer prediction that spat out. Somebody put some algorithms into it, and I'm sure it's a West Ham fan doing it, and he put in that he gets out what he wanted to put into it. All AI generated. Of course it is. No sensible PC or computer is going to predict Tottenham getting relegated. No, not a no, Nelly. Not a no, Nelly. Sound is good. Thank you so much. Right, that's better. Right. I'm a perfectionist. I like to do my shows right. That's why I deleted the other one and did Mark 2 straight away, because I was not going to leave a show up there that didn't sound right. So big up to you. Cheers. Thank you so much. So these are Tottenham's last 5 games. We've got Wolves away, Villa at home, Leeds away, Chelsea at home, and Everton at home. Now, I was looking at this the other day. I had the Premier League table up, and Spurs are sitting on 31 points. So I think we're going to beat Wolves on Saturday. So that gives us 34. We'll get a point at Villa, 35. Leeds, it's either going to be a winner or a draw. I'm going for a draw, so that's 36. We're going to lose to Chelsea because we normally do, but we might get a point there. Am I being optimistic? No, I'm going to be sensible. No, I defeat there. And I think we beat Everton. So 35, 36, 37. Yeah, so I'm looking at 38 points. West Ham are on 33. So they've just got to mirror what we do. And I get this. I do get this. There is no evidence to suggest we're beating. That's true. There is no evidence. But all we've got is blind faith and hope that we can. And I've said it in the first show, and I'll say it again. I believe we won't go down. I believe we'll stay up. I've resigned. Look, for people saying, "Oh, you must not have," you're deluded. I've resigned to us getting relegated. All right. I've come to terms with us going down. I've come to terms with us being relegated. I've come to terms with us playing in the Championship next year. But why it's mathematically possible, and we're still in with a shout, and we can go up there and we can still get out of it, I'm still going to believe that we can stay up. If we go down, we go down. And we deserve to go down because we've been one of the worst 3 teams in the Premier League. But I'm not going to sit here. And many probably fans are probably ahead of me, are more sensible than me. They think, look, come on, you've seen us play all season. Look, no wins in 2026, only 2 wins at home all season. Come on. Where's this belief coming from? It's just something that's in me that I believe we won't go down. I look at the games around us. I look at last night. Everyone expected West Ham to pump Palace yesterday, but they didn't. They dropped points. They missed an opportunity. And now it's our turn now. If West Ham have thrown us a lifeline, it's our time now to go and grab that lifeline and pick the 3 points up on Saturday. West Ham are playing the same time with us at West Ham. West Ham playing the same time as us at home to Everton. So whatever we do, West Ham would have to mirror what we do. And I believe we can stay up. I still believe we can stay up, and I still believe this is going to the last game of the season, and I still believe we're going to stay up by a point. I do, but and I predicted this. I predicted it for months. I said this about 2 months ago. Tequila can back me on this because I was on. He was on the show when I said it. This is going to the last game of the season. This is going to Everton. This is going to the last minute of the last game of the last Sunday of the Premier League season. Either we're going to stay up or go down. And it's coming down to goal difference as well. It could come down to goal difference, but I'm saying we're going to stay up by a point. But if we don't beat Wolves on Saturday, then we haven't got a hope. We don't deserve to stay up, as somebody said earlier. So we've got to take our opportunities when they're given. I just have this belief that we're going to stay up. I have this belief. Sorry, I have this belief that we're going to stay up. That we're going to stay up by a point, and that we're gonna be all right. And then we're going to have to head into the summer to have one of on our wholly busy summer because a lot of these players will have to go and a lot of new players have to come in. De Zerbi will have to rip the squad apart and start again. But I trust him to do that. I'm behind the manager, and I liked what he said after the Brighton game when he said, "I think we can win the next 5 games." He's not sitting there arrogantly thinking, "Oh, we're going to win the next 5 games." He's telling the players, "I believe in you. You can put a performance like that against Brighton, so go and do it again next Saturday. Go and do it against Wolves. Go and get that win. Once you get that win, and then you've picked up 4 points in 2 games." And uh, I don't think Leeds is going to be easy. I don't think Chelsea is going to be easy. I think the last easy game we got is probably Wolves. Villa away is not easy. We could lose that or get a point. Leeds at home, Leeds are still fighting for their lives. So Leeds will want to end the season on a high. And Leeds have been playing quite well at the moment. So it will come down. It will come down to last game. And if we stay up, I'm gonna if we go down, I'm at peace with it. I'm resigned to it and I've made my peace with it. Yes, it's gonna hit me like a reality or reality of the day, probably emotions will take over if we get relegated. And if we stay up, emotions are gonna have me jumping around like a jack in the box. But I've already made peace of it. I've already made peace with it. So whatever happens, I just have this belief in as a fan, as a Tottenham Hotspur fan, that I'm not gonna give up just yet. I'm not gonna give up just yet. I still believe we can do it. And everyone has their own beliefs or has their own thing, and a lot of people are sick and tired of it. I get it. I do. I understand it. But I ain't giving up yet. Um, Nothing changes for me. I know, right now. I know. That's fair enough. Missed opportunity for West Ham, in my opinion. It was a missed opportunity last night. Go 4 points cleared, and I think then they have a bit of breathing space, which they don't. Big up to Irish Red Devils. Hey, Demo, you got a lifeline? Yeah, we did get a lifeline last night. Hope you lads are doing well. We'll have to do an link up show soon. We'll have to get back on the channel soon. Maybe in the summertime or at the end of the season, or maybe a season review. But definitely get you on. Great how you guys are doing well. And he also says, I think the Hammers will stay up though, to be honest. Um, yeah, they just have to mirror what we do, and if we get a point, they're gonna have to get a point. As long as they do that and keep it to 2 points, then you go into the Chelsea game and we lose that, and if we lose the West Ham game, the Chelsea game, we could be relegated by Chelsea. So it's gonna be interesting. Big up Chris, Wolves, Leeds, and Everton games are the ones in max points, in my opinion. Yeah, I probably agree with you on that. Big up Pan for Jobs. Is it true De Zerbi's getting the 10 million sterling bonus for saving Spurs relegation? I don't know, but I will ask. But Dermo, I have not said we will not win another game this season. I still believe that I've not seen enough change. Yeah, I get it. Look, I saw enough on Saturday to make me believe that we can stay up. There was fight there. And that's something I saw a little bit in the Sunderland game. I saw more of it on Saturday. And I think if we continue that form going forward, I think we can get out of it by the skin of our teeth. We need 3 wins. We haven't got any. Best chances of win against Wolves. Where does the other points come from? I think get points at Villa. I think get points at Leeds, and I think we can beat Everton. Chelsea are playing shy at the moment too, so we can get something there. Um, Powers that to be there on the Premier League don't want Spurs relegated if it's going to be West Ham. No, if look, everyone in the Premier League would love the massive more bigger story is it's not going to be Arsenal bottling the league. It's going to be Tottenham getting relegated. That's the bigger story. That's going to be the big one. I agree. West Ham have got more tougher games to have, but I think they're winnable games as well. Chris always says West Ham games, Everton Moors would want to get one over them. Brentford battling for Europe, Arsenal going for the title, Newcastle final home game of the season. Leeds will want to finish as high as possible. Yeah, I know. There's more twists and turns in this final. There's more twists and turns in this running yet. It ain't over, and that's why I keep saying it's going to go to the last game of the season. And this is where the predicted computer came in. This is what he said. That the current points are 36 Forest, 33 West Ham, 31 Tottenham. So the expected points is 42 Forest, 38 points for West Ham, and 36 points for Tottenham. So there's a 4.38% chance, relegation chance, Forest getting relegated, 36.9%. This computer is saying that West Ham to get relegated, Tottenham a 58.33% chance of getting relegated. So do you know what I mean? It says everything indicates us going down. It's just down to the players to prove us wrong. And I think we have been given a lifeline now. I really do. They may have tough games. They may have tough games too, but they are shit than us, are they? West Ham should have beaten Palace last night, and I did the watch along, hate along to it, and I watched it thinking, how are we below these two? West Ham were woeful last night. Had a couple of chances to actually score, but Palace played well. Palace defended well and just didn't take. It was just one of them games where I wonder if that point is going to be the point that takes them down. We knew Forest got a win. Forest needed a back. We dropped points, and we needed probably West Ham thinking we needed to win this, you know. But we have to see. We have to see. Can't see it's picking up 3 points anywhere. But if I'm wrong, then I want to come on here and say I was wrong. Could you make it happen if if we stay up? Rhino, you can come on and say that. No problem. You are a member. Or you were a member. I will do a member show. We will try to do one again. Um, but get you all to come on and have your say. Big up to Benny. Enough of this talking short of doing celebration. Enough of this taking the show. Oh yeah, taking the show off. Yeah, I think that caused us our problems on Sunday where when Xavi celebrate went into the crowd, that added the extra minutes on to the end of the game. And because of that, Brighton equalised. If he hadn't done that and he grabbed the ball, went back to halfway line, we would have ended up probably winning that game. So it is going to be interesting. And Palace and West Ham, no, last night's viewing, they weren't. They were woeful to kill it. It was a woeful game. I'm telling you, it was woeful. It was bad. It was absolutely woeful. Now, a couple of things coming up. So what I want to do is this is the formation I want to see De Zerbi play on Saturday. And I've kept the same back five as the game against Brighton. I put Palunia in the 6. I put Gray and Bentancur in that 2-8 midfield, and then up front I've got Tell with Charlton and Xavi. I don't know what you people think about it. I will put it into the post section to let you have your thoughts on it, but let me know. Look, the midfield could change. Look, it could put in Bergville in there. Bergville instead of Gray. You could put probably Bentancur in the 6 and have Gray and Bergville. You can have a number of combinations in that midfield tree, but I just think it's more attacking. But I like Archie Gray. This is not a predicted lineup. This is just something that I threw together. As I said, with the players we're going injured now, there is a chance James Maddison could be in the game for Saturday. Now, there is rumours going around he might be in the starting 11. If you do that, then you don't play Palhinha as a 6. You put Maddison in as a 10, and then you would probably put Bentancur and Gallagher in that midfield. But do you know what? People may slag off Gray and Palhinha. I think Archie Gray's done far better than a lot of people can give him the credit for. I really do. I really do. I think a lot of people are not giving Gray the credit he deserves. And it's easy to slag off these players. It's easy to slag because all of them deserve to be slagged off. But I do feel that Archie Gray is not one of them. He at least he's the other one that's tried. And he's a defensive midfielder. He plays in the centre, but at least he goes and he's never going to please everyone. But if you look at what the work rate he's put in, he's done a lot better. I thought Gallagher had one of his best games. Yeah, this is not. Can I just put this out? This is not my. This is sort of the way I would set up. Because we know we haven't got a Maddison. We know we've got a few players are injured. I don't know what we're supposed to do. I really don't. I just feel that we just got to go with what's given. I think Bentancur played it very well actually on Saturday as well. And Xavi, you could put Xavi in the 10 and you can change it around. But it was just something I plumped together. Just out of the top of my head, I was a bit looking to put a team together, and I thought, do you know what? Whatever that combination is, you could put Palhinha as a 6, you could put Grays in 8, and then probably Xavi as a 10. But who do you play in the left? That's the issue. If Maddison's a back, then you put Maddison in as a 10, and then you put keep Xavi in the left. Yeah, you could put Richie on the left, Simmons in Gray's place, and Solanke in the middle. I just think Solanke did nothing on Saturday. That's why I went with Richie. At least he's going to offer you something. At least he's going to try to offer you something. But yeah, that's fine. I don't mind that. That's not a bad idea. Put Richie on the left, Simmons in Gray's role. Yeah, I'm quite happy you do that. It's all the idea, isn't it? It's about people coming in, with other coming in and saying, well, this team offers nothing. Well, what changes would you make? What 11 would you pick for the game on Saturday? And maybe that's what I will ask you guys to do. Put instead of saying don't want Gray. No, I don't agree with you, Rhino. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I am going to disagree with you here. I think Gray's done far better than you. And a lot of people are slagging the young lad off. And I'll tell you one thing: he's done a better job than some of the players around him. And I just feel he's getting criticised. It's easy to pick on a young player. It's easy to say he's the problem. It's easy to say, well, he's an issue. Well, he's not an issue. Because I think he's done better. He's done better. He was a better player than Gallagher in some of the games. And I just feel Gray has proved himself this year. This is why Liverpool, Man United are after him, according to reports. Yeah, I don't go by stats, Ryan. I go by what I see and how I watch a game. And when I see him, and I do watch the game again, it's just I just think he's getting a lot of criticism, unnecessary criticism. Okay, you can say he hasn't been. All of them haven't been great, but I think he's been one of the very few that have probably put a shift in. And I think it's easy just to pick on the young player. I think it's easy just to say, well, he's been shite because his stats say so. I think Burfield's the same. It's easy to pick on the younger players. It should be the older players coming in. Where's been Romero all season when we need him instead of getting sent off? Suddenly Van der Ven started playing. Where was he for the last couple of games? Where was Porro when he wasn't performing and arguing with the fans? Where was Van der Ven when he wasn't performing and arguing with the fans? It's easy just to pick on a young player. It's easy just to say, well, it's Archie Gray's fault. He's shit. His stats say he is, and I wouldn't start him. Well, then what about Mickey van der Ven? What about Porro then? What about Gallagher? He's been crap since we bought him. Conor Gallagher's been absolutely useless. We spent 35 million on him, and the only decent game we put in was against Brighton on Saturday. So don't tell me that, oh, just because of the stats that Archie Gray's crap. I think Archie Gray will end up being a better player than Gallagher. And it's easy just to pick on these young players. Just because Gallagher has not put in one bit of a performance this season since he joined us. The only time I've seen him play any way decent was on Saturday. Um, but yeah, I think it's easy just to pick on the young players. And I mean, I think we should also, I mean, our front three need criticising, but nobody would say that. Nobody would criticise the front three. Nobody would say that Simmons has been poor this season. Nobody's going to say Matthias Taylor's been bad. Nobody's going to say, where was Kudos? He went missing some of the games. Solanke's been absolutely terrible since he's come back. Richie's the other one that shows any fight, and he's not a decent striker. So instead of picking on the wrong player and picking on Archie Gray, saying, oh, he's crap, Archie Gray's a decent player. Archie Gray's going to be a better player than I think Conor Gallagher will ever be. And you can clip that. I don't care. Because I know he's going to be a better player. I know he's got the talent, and he's going to be a better midfielder. He's going to be a better all-round midfielder. Bergville as well. Bergville will come good. But saying Gallagher, and that's why I didn't pick Gallagher, because he hasn't. Yeah, well, he is a man, Rhino. I don't know what you don't see in it. He is a man. He's 20 odd years old. You know, Conor Gallagher, what's he offered? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And a lot of the players can say, you could say the same for a lot of the players. A lot of the players have nothing. You can say Vicario, go through the team. Vicario, what's he done this year? He's dropped us more points this year. You go back to Fulham. You go back to the games where he can't even catch a ball. When he does push it out, he pushes it out into an area where there's a striker going to put it on. Look at Romero. He's got sent off twice this season, 3 times this season. He's got suspensions. Wasn't around when we needed him. Mickey van der Ven, hasn't played well this year. Not near to his best. You look, as I said, Porro, all he does is just puts out stupid things on TikTok or Instagram saying only true Spurs fans can support Tottenham. Yeah, instead of actually buckling down and getting on with the game. You could say Jed Spence as well has had a bit of an attitude problem. I think your doggy is actually a better player than Jed Spence, but we can't keep your doggy fit. But I think your doggy's a better left back than Jed Spence will be. You look at Palhinha, he's played well in most of the games. He has some of the games he has, and some of the games he has. I think Archie Gray is the only one can hold his head up high. I think Bentancur as well. We saw the difference with him back in the midfield on Saturday, how his passing was rarely missed. You look at Matthias Tel, tries and tries, but no end product, but he tries. Richie's up there, not the best Brazilian striker ever to come out of Brazil, but he's our leading goal scorer. And you look at Xavi. Xavi's drifted in and out of games more times than I've had hot dinners. But it is the thing that we can't keep okay, that's dead. Sorry. We can't keep just picking on one player or picking on the younger players because, oh, he's not a man. That argument will not stand. I don't get that argument. I don't get that sort of narrative. And please show me the games where Simmons played well, apart from the odd games that he doesn't throw. How come any other manager hasn't picked Xavi then? Hasn't started him? Thomas Frank didn't know what to do with him and didn't start him. Igor Tudor didn't start him for games, kept him on the bench. Even De Zerbi didn't start him. He started them Saturday, but didn't start them against Sunderland and only brought him on for 10 minutes, the last 10 minutes of that game. So please tell me where he scores a wonder goal and everyone thinks he's back and everyone think, oh yeah, Xavi's back, yeah. Please tell me what he did before that. No, when we were losing games, was he really popping up and doing his best? No, he wasn't. So the whole team needs to be taken down a peg or two. But I'm not going to stand here and I'm not going to say nothing. Where people think Archie Gray is worse than Conor Gallagher. Archie Gray's been a far better player than Conor Gallagher. And I tell you one thing, that's why the likes of Manchester United and that's why the links of Liverpool looking at him because he's a decent player. It just doesn't. I just don't think it's right to say he's been a player. He's got no. Do you know who scored our last winning goal? Actually, at Palace, it was Archie Gray who scored the winning goal in our last win back on 28th of December. I think kudos as well. He started off brilliantly, but where is he? He got himself injured. Um, but I just think this team needs a matter of restructuring anyway. Let's go through the chat. Let me come out of that. Let me go back into that studio. Will Spurs relegation troubles hinder the Netherlands? I don't give a flying crap about Holland's World Cup squad. World Cup. I really don't. And you know, if the players are thinking more about the World Cup than Tottenham staying in the Premier League, then they need to go. I don't care who they are. Neither has anyone else. De Zerbi will get better performance out of these players, including Gallagher. That they will enjoy the training, better structure and patterns. Play like Poch. We've seen small glimpses of it. Yeah, I think next season's going to be a whole lot better. Ryan says the whole team needs to go apart from Connor Simmons. Look, if we go down, you can say goodbye to Conor Gallagher. You can say goodbye to Simmons. You can say goodbye to Kudos as well, because all three of them will leave the football club. If we bypass, we're not going to bypass. The only reason we buy Pauluni if we stay in the Premier League, if we go down, Pauluni will not come to us. He will stay at Bayern Munich, and then let him go. But you don't need to agree. Let him go, but you don't need to agree. That's fine. Let who go? Let him go. Oh, let Gray go. No, I think I'm standing by this. I think Gray's, and we can debate this, Rhino, if you want. And maybe at the end of the season, we can have a debate on it, maybe do another one of the debates. But I just feel that the evidence is there. Everyone on when it comes to stats, right? And I've always been a believer in this. You can always win an argument. You can always put the stats in the way you want to put them into. Do you want people to see them? All right. You can say that player has had, I don't know, 20 shots on goal. But he's only scored twice. But look at that. He's got 20 shots on goal. That look at these stats. Look, he's ready to, but that's the stat that's suiting your narrative. That's the stat that you can suit your argument. And for me, I watch a lot of Tottenham this year, and I've done every watch along Rhino. Every game, I think bar 2. Every Tottenham game this season, bar 2. I think 3 I've missed. I've missed 3 games where James has done the watch along with Tequila. But yeah, I don't know how many games Spurs have played this season, but I've done mostly every watch along. And I go by this. I go by my eyes and watching the game. And stats can suit anyone's argument. It's all about the eye test. It's all about looking at the game and reading the game and looking at players. And you can see more when you're live at a game. Of course you can. You can see more of the off-field work at a game live. But on the television, you can't. But you try to read as much as you can into it. And that's where my evidence comes from. But as you say, his stats. But as I said, stats read differently. You can read. Yeah, that's fine, Grant. Gray is versatile, hence his value, interest from other club. Yeah, he is. That's why if he did go to United or Liverpool, I think he's going to explode. I really do. I go, but you've already made that. The point I'm making right now is you've already made that judgment on that player. So it doesn't matter what eye test you're looking at it. You've already, in the back of your head, the back of your mind, you've already made an opinion that player is no good. So it doesn't matter what stats come out or your stats come out. Well, that suits my argument. But you're already watching the game with the presence of that player's no good. So you're always going to lean that way of slagging them off or saying, I want him sold. Are you saying the same thing? Like, are you saying about Simmons that Simmons hasn't turned up? Turned up in a couple of games. He turned up Saturday and everyone's singing because he scored a brilliant goal. Everyone's writing miracles about him. But where was he during the season when we needed him? Why weren't managers picking him? Why was his attitude in training sucks? Do you know? Do you so just because he scored one good goal doesn't mean he's the best player ever. It just means he scored a cracking goal. He had a very good game on Saturday. Well, he needs to back it up against Wolves. He needs to be picked again and back up that performance against Wolves on Saturday. I just think Archie Gray has backed up his performances this year in games where we've lost. I think it's been one or two where he's been a better midfielder. Um, just want to go through a couple. Got David Clark coming in. If Spurs are relegated, the likes of Gray won't be so. Yeah, I hope not, David. I hope not because I think they're the future. I really do. Um, and I agree. They won't be going anywhere. I do agree with that. Rhino says Simmons has not done much. Butland, what's that? What? Okay. I see more on Simmons and I like him. BJ says stats can say he runs a lot, doesn't make him any good. That's why we're in the bottom three. And that's the point I'm making. That is you've just for the point I'm trying to make, DJ, you've just made the point for me. Stats can say all anything you want them to say. But it's it's about him, the whole 90 minutes performance. And I will do my research on this, Rhino, and probably for the show later in the week, I may do a show in this. So I will do it probably might do it after the Wolves game actually. And then I'll probably the Monday or the Tuesday, I'll do a show on this and just sort of go through our midfield and I'll go through our stats and I get all the stats together and I get the performances together. And what I'll do is I'll go through them and we'll do that. I'll do that. And then probably in the summer, we're at the end of the season where we're looking at the squad as a whole, maybe we'll have that debate better. Big up to you. Right. Big up to David Clark as well. Thanks for coming in. Just a bit, Tottenham could welcome two injured stars back. Apparently, from the Spurs web, that James Madison and Gianluca Vicario could return for action for Tottenham against Wolves. Just another one. Tottenham are desperate to fight to remain in the Premier League and host their players are being linked with moves away from the club ahead of the summer transfer. Spurs, Tottenham are currently confident of keeping Gray, with the likes of Liverpool and Manchester United keen and Gray as well. Just to end off on Savinio, journalist Peter O'Rourke has made a revelation about the race for Tottenham target Savinio as the winger struggles for the game time at Manchester City. Tottenham are reportedly willing to pay around 70 million quid to Savinio last summer, but their efforts fell through, and they did try again in January as well. But Man City decided against sanctioning a sale. O'Rourke told Football Insider it was Pep Guardiola who really fought to keep him last summer and urged the club to keep hold of him. He was rewarded with a new contract last October, so they may be going again. Right, just to let you know, guys, we've been running a fantasy football league, and I haven't done an update in a while, and I needed to do one, so we'll go back to the chat. Get ready, Rhino. We're going to find where you are. But this is the bottom 12. The bottom 6, we've got Tony Gibbs in 12 on 1,310 points. We've got Rohin in 11th. We've got Kuva in 10th on 1,516. We've got Darren in ninth on 1,525. We've got Colin there in eighth place on 1,573. We've got Katie just to go and love Spurs on seventh, and Katie and Jimbo and with 50 points she made last week. So she made the biggest gain. Her and Darren made the biggest gains out of the bottom six on 1,575. I made one of the worst on 21. So I'm sitting there in sixth place on 1,666. And then this is it. It's been a massive change. Rhino, what happened to you, bud? Mary is in fifth place ahead of me on 1,636 points. We've got Dave there in fourth and with 1,680, and then Rhino, your Thomas the Frank Engine, is in third place on 41 points on 1,708. Carl the Truth Simpson, big up Carl, is in second place on 1,712, and then James is leading the way on 1,729. It was a very close race for a long while between Rhino and James, but James has taken the lead. Ryan has dropped from first to third. The early leader has now just tailed away, and it looks like he's going to be sitting in third place. So that is the latest on our fantasy league. I'll try to do a weekly one between now and the end of the season. Now, on me, I haven't bothered doing anything with it, to be fair. I've forgotten about it, about my team. So I need to go and look at my team over the next few days and readjust it. But yeah, Rhino, explanations. Why have you dropped off so far, sir? Come on. You were leading. You're miles ahead. What happened? At least I get Champions League next year. That's true. That's true. So I'm fighting in the Conference League then. Yeah, I'm fighting in Conference League. Me, Colin, and Kate. It's very tight between Colin and Kate, actually. There's only 2 points between them. So that's going to be interesting after this round of games. If Colin can make a look, anything can change. It's still not over yet. It is not over yet. But guys, that is it. We are back tomorrow at 8 o'clock with we are back tomorrow with the North London podcast. Yes, it's returning. Me, Billy, Brenny, and also Nick, 2 Arsenal fans, 2 Spurs fans, talking things, all things North London. And also then on Thursday, we've got a update show, and then Friday, we've got all your build up. We've got After the Presser at 5. We've got the pre-match show at 8. We've got the predicted lineup coming out as well on Saturday morning, so do watch out for that. And then we've got the watch along starting at quarter past times at 3 o'clock. So I'm starting at 2:15, the watch along. And then we've got After the Whistle at 5:05. And then Sunday at 5, or I don't know, it might be a bit earlier. On Sunday, it'd probably be about 2 o'clock. They will be the play ratings, and I think I'm on the stream at 5. I'm not sure. But guys, do hit the like, hit subscribe as you can. We're on the march for 3K. We'd love to get there. And our streams are sort of mellowed out a little bit. Now we're getting back into it. The last run into the season between now and 24th, going to be nothing but pure content coming up. The summer content is also going to be quite exciting. We're covering the World Cup. We're going to do World Cup watch-alongs. We've got transfer shows as well coming up as well when the window opens, and a lot of stuff coming. It's going to be a busy, busy summer for us. And then, of course, then in July, the pre-season starts again. And, of course, we're all building up to whatever league Tottenham will be in, either the Championship or the Premier League. And we'll start building up again. So a lot of stuff coming up your way over the next, say, 3 or 4 months. But, guys, we'll see you tomorrow at 8. Come on, you Spurs. The big cockerel we trust. I enjoyed that. Thank you.